絶対的な女王のもと、円卓が守護する妖精国。予言の子が現れ、巡礼の鐘は鳴る。フェイトグランドオーダー、コスモス・イン・ザ・ロストベルト。妖精円卓領域、アバロン・ルフェ。
Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Let's Play Fate Grand Order. It's very strange to be here with no music. It's very strange. Are we doing a footloose thing? Are we going to be like teaching the fairy folk what it means to dance and have joy? I don't know, we just had a party with them. Let's continue in beginning. We'll learn what we're up against. Didn't even give a warning for make your party or anything. It just went in. Good morning, everyone. I've been asked to show you around the village today. Our territory isn't all that big, though, so it won't take very long. Cornwall is built on the remains of an ancient city. When the Tamlin, those are the fairy knights, as for what we have previously called them, defeated the Lord of Cornwall about 200 years ago. The Lord cursed the woods with a fog that would rob fairies of their memories. This village was abandoned not long after. From there, it became the most dangerous area in all of Britain. Even the Queen wouldn't come near it. Nobody will follow you in here. It's basically a penal colony. Oh no. We're in fairy Australia. Yeah, what's the Tamlin? We're the Tamlin. Good one. This we're just going around that, huh? This territory is home for all kinds of outcast fairies. Fae whose roles have ended, and fae who aren't worth anything anymore. Fae who lost their friends. Fae who lost their purpose. All we can do now is wait for our lives, our fates, to come to an end. Every fairy here is so kind. They'd much rather help each other than compete with one another. But there isn't a place for fae like that in Her Majesty's Britain. Dying is much better than having members of your own clan laugh at you, or ignore you, or steal from you. So everyone here came to this forest to end things. At least that's what Wait. Is this also a parallel to the S-word forest from Japan? I can't say that till we're about 20 minutes into a video, so you'll have to fill in the blank yourself. I don't know what to say. Hey, it's Lysander. Man, yesterday was a blast, huh? Anyone who enjoys a good meal as much as you do is all right in my book. Hope you're hungry, because I'll be bringing plenty more food back with me today. It's not too bad. Good day, Lysander. I must say your voice is as warm and full of life as the spring breeze. Why not try your hand at a song today? I'll even break out my harp for the first time in ages, and meanwhile Tristan's like, just my job.
Hey, Lysander, I don't know if you need any help of your creative clothes mended. I still got some cloth from Norwich left over, and I'm sure you'd look good at whatever I whip up.
Bewildered at the difference in treatment. You certainly are popular, aren't you, Lysander? I mean, I'm in pretty much the same boat myself, but I guess you just have that certain, je ne sais quoi about you. And meanwhile, everyone looks like she just spoke French off with her head. I'm kind of oblivious when it comes to that sort of thing, so... Really? I think you're perfectly wonderful too, Mash. Lysander just has a kind of refreshing aura about him. His presence alone makes things more fun. But your aura is more warm, right? I'm not sure what the right word is. I can only say there's something nostalgic about it. It reminds me of more peaceful times. You're spot on. As a matter of fact, my cheerful nature is the only thing I've got going on for me. I've long made it a point to keep smiling, no matter what circumstances might be. Thank you so much. Yes, that's true. There's nothing better than a smile. Alright, let me show you around the rest of the village. As long as you know how big our territory is, you won't disappear until the day of endings. We're not going to talk about that, what she means? Well, that's our village's territory. Is there anything else you'd like to know? The Nameless Woods fog never comes into this village, right? How thick is it outside the village walls? Also, if this village used to be a city, does that mean there's still a road back inland? The fog isn't too thick as long as you don't go deep into the woods, but that won't stop you from getting lost. And the road back inland is completely overgrown now, so it's all but impossible to find. I see. And I guess I'll really need to put our minds to it if we ever want to leave these woods. You want to leave, Mash? Huh? Oh, no, not at all. I was just curious. You don't want to leave either, right, Lysander? I mean, you came to the nameless woods of your own volition, so... I'm not sure. I still have no idea what's going on. I see. Well, that makes sense to me. I had a feeling you three were a little different from the other Fae who come here. I was even wondering if maybe you ended up lost in here by mistake somehow. Well, if there's anything you ever need, please let me know. I'm not much good for anything besides showing fairies around. I promise I'll help however I can as long as it doesn't get me in trouble. Okay, I think we got the lay of the land now. Now that it's just the three of us, shall we get to it, Lysander?
Huh? Get to what? What are we doing?
How silly, you really are an incorrigible jokester, aren't you? What else could I possibly be talking about in a situation like this, besides testing our skills? Now come on, let's head out into the forest for a bit and see how good we are, and what kind of tactics we excel at. Magecraft is power, and as they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. Okay. I'm guessing pre-done team or something? I'm guessing? Maybe. What's going on? Oh yeah, it's pre-made team. Well, it's a bad matchup for you, so let's just start with some of this. That's weird to see. What is like what? Okay. Ow. That's big meter though. Okay, so let's go. You're multi-hit, right? No single enemy? Let's do that on you. And this does remove buffs for an enemy. There's no buffs. So let's just go 1, 2, 3. As much as you can. Nice. And then we do... I want Castoria to be like, oh my god, what is happening? I'm terrible against them. And we're like, yeah. You're this isn't your gig, you know? Oh, she's maxed out though? She is maxed out. Very nice. Very good. That will make her, even if we have to use her as an NPC, will make it quite useful. So we do that to you. And then we tickle the strings. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, we're working on some of these. Earth attribute. Yeah, most of these we'll get. I think only there's one that's defeating dragons. I might have to do that one on my spare time, but that shouldn't be too hard. I'm sorry I was so useless. Not at all. I just feel terrible about this. That you have basically no fighting ability must mean you come from such high social standing that you don't need to do your own fighting, so... Oh my gosh! Are you the son of one of the clan chiefs, Lysander? Here I've been treating you just like anyone else! I'm so sorry, you must think I have no manners at all! Can we please just forget this happened? I promise I'll do better starting tomorrow! No, I'm really the one who owes you an apology. Please, don't worry about it, Lysander. If anything, I'm more convinced than ever. I can't remember why, but I now know for sure that this is what you're meant to do. I may have been so intimidated by the fairy's sheer physical capabilities last night that I didn't act appropriately, but that won't happen again. I see now that you have the makings of a great leader, like a winning football coach. Oh, and then she's gonna go, what the frick is football? I even get the sense that as long as you're here to guide us, everything will somehow work out in the end. Thanks, Isaelt Best in Class. Please, just call me Tristram. She has no idea what football is. God, a world without football. Or soccer, as we call it. What a world that would be. I'd give anything to sacrifice anything to be on that timeline. That's right, we're outcasts. A bunch of losers who couldn't even pay for the annual existence tax. Oh my god. That's terrifying. Existence tax? That's, 2 words. Well, 3 annual. You put that together and you're like, that says a lot. Bunch of losers who couldn't even pay the annual existence tax to keep us in the Queen's reign. It was just a matter of time till we decided to come into these woods and forget everything we ever wanted to accomplish. But don't worry, there's no need to be afraid. We may have escaped from the city, but we're all still in the same boat. Soon the calamity will bring everything to an end, and only a few will survive. So we may as well live the rest of our days here in peace.
We all was from 6 different clans live for the festivities. We're scared of the Queen, we're scared of the Moors.
The Moors? Furniture for less? That might be a local joke no one else gets.
And most of all, we're scared of ourselves.
They're all singing in unison now. What a lovely song. A simple tempo to be sure, but there's something strangely invigorating about it. I would think it was improvised, if they didn't seem so familiar with it. Well, of course they are. These kinds of festivals are where everyone comes together are what the Fae live for. It's the only time the Wind and Earth clans can set aside their differences. Well, as long as they don't drink too much anyway. There are some fairies who really do get drunk on the atmosphere, I guess.
Had enough already, Lysander? No need to hold back, you just got here. Oh, is your journey here even harder than we thought? Those marks on your hand are unusual, and they're still command spells, right? And 3 of them, no less. No. Damn, you poor thing.
What?
Oh, don't worry, you can forget all about that now. No one's here's gonna force you to do anything. You did good hanging in there until now, especially for one as twiggy as you are.
Am I crying? But why?
Come on, don't gotta get weepy on me. Oh, it's okay. Just take as much time as needs rest as you need. When you get bored, you can help us out with the village stuff.
What a kind fairy. Although, command spells. I feel like I'm this close to remembering something, but I can't quite get there. Ugh. It's so frustrating. Okay, everyone, settle down, please. That's all for tonight. I can definitely tell what time it is because I'm not drunk. Nope, definitely no drunkenness here. Now go on. It's time to get back to our tents before the beasts come out. Don't blame me if you end up eaten alive. Marm, Tanya, Dumbleton. We Wind Fae can make it back quicker than anyone. The responsibility of keeping order falls to us, the most beautiful clan of all. I see Halabaromia is just as much of an ass drunk as he is sober. All right, let's get back home so we can be ready for tomorrow's feast. Later, Lysander. Oh, I'll have to show you around our athletic field tomorrow. There's nothing more fun than a good ball game. Oh no, soccer exists here. We must destroy this timeline. Whoa, that elf girl was cute and had big bobbers. I guess that's all for today's welcome party then. It sounds like it'll pick back up tomorrow. Indeed. Now that I understand we've been welcomed with open arms, I'm enjoying myself quite a lot. Even though you still haven't relaxed your grip on that, bow? Yes, well, it seems old habits do die hard. Apparently I used to keep my fingers on my bowstrings even when I was asleep. I swear between keeping my ears peeled and reading the wind 24/7, I must have really loved training. Oh well, I'm sure any habit can be broken eventually, especially since we shouldn't have to fight here. Now, come Lysander Mash. We should head back to our own tent. Hey, you there, make sure you clean this place thoroughly. We're doing this again tomorrow, remember? Yes, sir. You do want me to clean up after everyone, right? Of course I do, idiot. What else could I mean? Can't you do anything on your own? I'm sorry. I promise I'll do my best. Oh no, it's her. Hold on, was that... yeah. Never mind that, Lysander. Let's just head back to our tent. We're still outsiders here, after all. We should get a grasp of the situation before we go poking our nose in their business. You wouldn't want someone you barely know telling you how to live your life, right? Even if all the Fae who live here are peaceful, we're still not in a strong position. We've got nowhere to run if something goes wrong. So we need to be extra cautious here. You understand, right? I'm going back to the square. I'm helping her. Good. I'm glad. Wait, what? Did you not hear me at all? No, we're going back. I really wasn't expecting you to take off like that. Well, now that we've come this far, I guess I'll just have to stick my nose in too. This generally isn't my kind of thing, but now there's no turning back. That's a typo. Huh? I don't see anyone else here. I thought we heard someone forcing someone else to clean up, but it's still just as messy as before. Maybe we were just hearing things. I guess so. Well, as long as there's no trouble, that's all that matters. Now come on, we really should get back to our tent. Apparently it's dangerous here at night. Okay, let's head back. Interesting. So that was another day wasted. We're on day 2 of 45. We're day 3 now. Moving on to day 3 of 45. This is not great. In the grand scheme of things, we are actually having a pretty rough time. Did my internet just die? Did my internet actually just die? No. No, not now. Anytime but now. Please. I'm playing the game. Oh. Alright. Cool. We're fine. We're back in. It's all good. Okay. Got another battle. Let's do this. Another training session, I guess. Good morning, Lysander. Did you sleep well last night? I'm sorry. I just can't seem to put my heart into it. Lysander. Lysander. Something about that name just doesn't sound right. Uh-oh. There's still a mess out here. What the hell are you doing, you damn good-for-nothing? Uh-oh. I came from the square. Shall we go see what's going on, Lysander? You bet we shall. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This is awful. We can't put another feast on tonight. Why didn't you do anything? You hate Lysander or something?
Not at all. It's just... I forgot what I was supposed to do. The next thing I knew, it was morning, and you were all yelling at me.
Looks like it happened again, Toga. Guess we're SOL. Forget it. I should have known better than ask you in the first place. Just go, get lost, don't ever come back near the village. I don't want to see your stupid face again.
Really? Thank you so much for forgiving me. I hope you'll invite me to the next one, too. What? Oh, no.
Oh, hey, Lysander. Yesterday sure was a hoot, huh?
Who was that fairy girl?
Huh? That fairy girl? Hey, what was her name again? How should I know? Damn, what was it again? I think she told us when she first showed up. Pretty sure it was Ho or Fu or something stupid like that. Is that what it was? I guess she had a name at first, too. Well, once you start forgetting your own name even without the fog, you're done for. Don't bother about her, Lysander. You don't want to catch her nameless disease.
So she doesn't have a name. Is that why you treat her like that?
What do you mean? No fairy without a name's worth anything, right? Not like anyone would miss him if they were gone.
Yeah, she doesn't even have a place here. Her tent's outside the village.
Yeah, our territory just doesn't have room to spare for her. But I'll say I'm impressed she's still alive. She might get more banged up every day, but she's still got her arms and legs. Who knows, maybe she used to be some kind of big shot. Not that's doing her much now. Guess not even the beasts of the forest got any interest in nameless meat.
Power of having a name, huh? It's a fate thing for sure.
That's enough about her. Come on, Lysander. I told you we were going to play football at noon today, right? See you at the athletic field.
What would you like to do now that they've left for the athletic field, Lysander? Know anything about nameless fairies, Mash? I do. As the name suggests, they're fairies who lost their names. While we lost our memories in the nameless woods, sometimes fairies lose their names all on their own. In general, fairies don't age or die like humans or animals, but we are born with a purpose, something we can lose ourselves in. Fairies who lose that purpose lose their names, and they grow steadily weaker until they die. That's what happened to that girl. It must have been quite some time since she lost her name. So is it true that she really doesn't have a home here? I'm sure it is. Fairies tend to shun fairies who have lost their names. Honestly, the fact that she's even allowed inside the village speaks volumes about these fairies' generosity. I know what you're thinking, Lysander, but we can't. If we invite her to stay in our tent, it will really upset the fairies in this village. The best we can do is visit her home and get rid of anything that might be dangerous. We might not be able to invite her into the village where it's safe, but I'd be happy to at least make her home just as safe as the village. Oh, that's great, really great. Huh? Why are you holding my hand? You're shaking my hand to express your gratitude and faith in me, huh? Well, that's a new one on me. But there's something really nice about it. I think I like this custom too, Lysander. Thought we hugged her, honestly. Uh-oh, she's already under attack. That was fast.
There. I've driven the beasts back a bit and opened up some space for the girl. I swear on my bewitched bow that I won't let them take another step toward her.
Thank you, Tristan. I'll take it from here. Hey, you leave her alone right now. Okay. 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 Let's do this. Just 3 puppers. Alright, well. You're the strongest, so we'll go... Boop. And we'll go... Whoop, was that not enough? Oh, frick, it was just barely not enough, actually. So you won't be able to use that then this turn, which sucks. So instead, we'll just go... just for now. Didn't even realize. Okay, good. Hey, we can double up. Okay, good. So let's go. Let's go 1, 2, 3. All right. He's putting in the work. He's putting in the work. He's doing good. Like, we really can't complain. Like, he's doing exactly what we want him to. Taking him out. Getting stars, right? It says a lot that she has her noble phantasm. So yeah, it was. So this is her picking up the Staff of Destiny. The Staff of Selection. So in this case, it is that she was in Avalon and picked up Merlin's staff instead of it being her picking up the sword. Interesting. Okay. I mean, there's questions of, you know, why. There's questions of, you know, we still got that. But who knows? Maybe we'll learn. Is that going to be enough to get it? Yes, good. We got multiple hits of nothing there. So, hey, look at this. He's rocking it, actually, with her. He's doing real good. For something called Fail Not, it ain't missing. It ain't failing, you know? Okay. Just need one more Earth attribute, and hey, that's another one done. Which is good. We want to keep as much of this as possible for some more of these meta pulls, you know?
Cruel though it may be, I made sure to aim for spots that would be extra painful. Hopefully this will teach the other beasts that this part of the forest is dangerous.
I agree. That seems like the best way to go. At any rate, that was an amazing shooting, Tristram. I'm just going to call it Tristram. I'm not going to go Tristram. It's a little tough to say. Are you sure you don't remember being a soldier? Maybe a hunter? Either way, the king you used to serve must have been proud to have you.
Yes, well, I certainly hope so.
That's weird. I can't sense any magical energy when he plucks his harp. Does that mean he's from the Wind Clan? But then he doesn't seem to have enough magical energy for that.
Are you okay?
Huh? What's going on? Did you do that for me? Yes, we did. Lysander insisted on checking up on you. Are you alright? Did those beasts hurt you before we got here? Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm used to this sort of thing. So, is there something more I can do for you? I already showed you around the village yesterday. I should have thought of something before I came here. Why did I come here? We want to thank you for all your help yesterday. You were so kind to us that we thought the least we could do is make your home safe from beasts. Oh. That's so nice of you. It makes me so happy. I guess this means I really was useful then. I'm so happy to hear that. It's been so long since I was useful. Oh, I know. I'll bless you with good fortune in return for, I'm sorry. I forgot how to cast blessings. And I don't have a tent, so there's nothing I can give you in return.
That's okay, I don't need anything else.
Really? Did I already give you some of the flowers I picked this morning and just forget I did? Oh, she's the Alzheimer's fairy. Oh no. Lysander, Tristram, why don't you go back to the village without me? I'm gonna put a bounded field up to ward off other beasts, but it's gonna take some time.
Oh, well, then we'll stay here until you're done too. Those beasts could come back at any time, so Lysander and I can protect you while you put up the bounded field.
No, that's okay. I can handle those beasts alone if it comes to that.
I see. Well, if you're sure. Is that all right with you, Lysander?
If you say so, Mash. All right, I'll see you two later then. Have fun with the other fairies. She actually going to be putting her out of her misery? Ooh, what's this song? I'm going to wait a sec. Is this a remix? Sounds familiar. Oh, it sounds very familiar. But I can't say from where. Nice, it's very nice, but I can't even say where it's from. I think, we might have heard it before. There, all done. You won't have to worry about beasts coming for you here anymore. Well, at least for a few weeks anyways. It's only magecraft, not sacrament, so it won't last forever. But at least for those few weeks, you'll be able to rest easy knowing you're safe. Magecraft. The mysterious power the Queen uses. I didn't know you could use it too, Mash. Is using magecraft a hot new thing in the outside world now? I don't know about that. I mean, half my magecraft is stuff I kinda taught myself. Besides, that stuff's kinda why I ran away in the first place. I mean, me, save Britain with magecraft like this, that's just not possible. Mash? I'm so sorry if I asked something I shouldn't have. Don't be. That was just a bad habit of mine. You're not the reason I was feeling sad just now. Do me a favor and just forget about it, please. Forget about what? More importantly, I think it might be better if you moved away from that village. It's not the other fairy's fault necessarily. You're just not a good fit for it. What about Salisbury? Like the steak? No, wait, they're very hostile to wind fairies with damaged wings there. How about Norwich? They say fairies and humans live side by side there. And who knows, if you find a human who's a good fit for you, maybe they'll even find a new purpose. You'll even find a new purpose, too. Thank you, but I'd rather stay here. Even if I did find a new purpose, I still wouldn't have a name. I think I must be exhausted. Nothing ever goes right for me, no matter what I do or what help I receive. I must have been so despondent with myself that I even forgot the most important thing of all. My name. So, I don't need to go anywhere. Here, nobody will be angry at my old self. Here, nobody will blame me for being a terrible fairy who wasted her life unable to fulfill her purpose. But I'm really sad. Not because the other fairies in the village hate me, but because I can't remember my purpose anymore. Or my name. I see. I guess not having a name really is a terrible thing. In that case, what about this? I just came up with the idea now, but... Oh? Thank you, Mash. This is the happiest I've been in my life. Oh, come on, now you're just being nice. I see. And I'm happy you're happy. Still, don't forget, this is our little secret. If the other villagers find out, we'll both get in trouble. I'm sure they'd say something like, even a village of outcasts has rules. Or Cornwall doesn't need any weird made-up customs. That's true. You might not know it by looking at him, but Halabaromia used to be an aide to Lady Aurora. Even now, he still admires the elegant fairy way of life. I really love that about him. I feel the same way. He might act high and mighty, but I could tell right away that he really cares about the village. Oh gosh, I didn't realize we've been talking for so long. I'd better get back to the village now. I'll come again tomorrow, okay? In the meantime, enjoy your peaceful night's sleep. I will. Bye-bye, Mash. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Huh? I was gonna say she's gonna die. I know she was gonna die. I knew it was coming. I didn't think it would be seen on camera immediately after. What just happened? Why does my right eye hurt so much? Where's a puddle I can use for a mirror? There, now what's going on with my eye? Oh no! She's got the lean! I see. So I've turned dark. I guess I'm done for now. And just when something finally worked out for me too. Oh no, she's got the lean eye. Yikes. Oh, Berserker. Support only with the Berserker, okay. Like, as soon as it was, I'll see you tomorrow, I'm like, yep, that's it. It's done. I slept like a baby last night, suckling a bosom. Good morning. You may be ashamed to not have a banquet, but there is an upside. We got to bed earlier. So, what would you like to do today? You don't have anything particular in mind. I'd like to go outside the village again myself. First, I need some food. I'm real hungry. Huh? You're hungry? Uh-oh, that's human. Oh, good morning, Lysander. I'm sorry we couldn't give you the welcome you deserved last night. Fortunately, we should be able to make up for it tonight, so I do hope you're looking forward to it. There's something wrong. You don't seem like yourself. I'm okay. I just really need something to eat. Is there any food I could have? Huh? You're hungry because you didn't have anything to eat. Don't be ridiculous. Needing to eat. It's not like you're human or some... Wait. You're serious? You know, now that you mention it... Oh my. I can't believe it. I never thought such a thing could be possible. Halabaromia? Everyone, I have big news. Lysander is human. We have an unregistered human with us. Huh? Come on, it's too early for this nonsense. There's no way a human would be here of all. I'm not joking. Take a closer look. It's not that his wings were torn off. He never had them to begin with. Hurry, come quick. We can't let him get out of the woods. Oh my goodness, I feel terrible about this. If only I'd realized it sooner. Now I'm even more sorry we couldn't give you the kind of welcome you deserve, Lysander. But don't worry, we're going to make up for that right now with a really, really fun welcome party. Ah, what a wonderful day this is.
Let me see. Oh wow, you're right, Lysander really is human.
A human? A human, hooray, no wonder being around him made us all so happy.
This is great. Now we'll never have to worry about turning into Moors.
Oh? What? Why do I get the sense I'm in trouble? almost forgot. Be careful, Lysander, if you tell me you're hungry. I'm too late.
Are you human too? You are, aren't you? You don't have wings or command spells. How about the guy with the harp? Is he human? No, wait, he's a fairy.
That's right. He didn't need anything, but who cares? Just put him with the others. It's easier that way.
Here, Lysander, Mash, and Tristram, please let me show you to the best spot in town. From now on, you'll be staying in a tent at the town square, right in the middle of the village. But there's so much to do, I don't know where to begin.
Uh-oh.
Welp. It's been half a day since we were packed into this tent without so much as a word of explanation. How's the food they've been bringing you every hour, Lysander?
It's really good, but I'm not hungry anymore.
We're not allowed to go out, and there are fairies guarding outside the tent in shifts. This isn't a welcome party. We are prisoners. Do you know why this happened to us, Mash?
Because Lysander is human. Thinking about it now, I was a little surprised myself to see how much you enjoyed that fruit. I should have realized it then, but I haven't seen many humans either. Are you a fairy, Mash? I'm, not entirely sure. I think I'm a fairy, but I feel like I've been called human-like at one point or another. But never mind that. Right now, we need to focus on the situation at hand. You might think they're giving Lysander a warm reception now, but it's only going to heat up as time goes on.
Really? Even more than this?
Yes, really. You see, humans are very important sources of sustenance for fairies. Just having a human nearby makes them happier, almost like a mental balm. But these days, the human population is carefully managed by the Queen, leaving lower-class fairies without any humans for themselves. In fact, the fairies of this village wound up here because they didn't have humans. So, if nothing else, I'm sure they'll take good care of you, Lysander, but...
Uh-oh.
Hey, humans! Humans in the village! And not defective ones for the rebel army or ones made for the Queen! Real high-quality humans! This is so great. We'll have to keep them safe so we don't get hurt. We'll have to figure out what they eat, too. They say you can't just give them nuts and fruit. Humans like meat, right? So I'll have to go hunt some meat in the woods. Man, I'm so jealous of the guards. I can't wait until it's my turn. I just want to be near them. I want to make them laugh, make them uncomfortable. What? Make them cry. What? I want to comb their hair and pull off their fingers and skin them alive. Oh, never mind. This isn't good at all. Too bad there's only two of them. No fair that Halbaromia gets to decide who goes first. We'll never get a piece of them that way. I just know I'm going to miss out. Yeah, we should just chop them to pieces and share with everyone. Is that a Tsukihime reference? I'll take the left eye and you can have the right. Yeah, I'll take the ring finger. You take the middle one. Yay, that way everyone can get a piece. Hey, what do you guys think you're doing? It's not your turn yet. Get back to your tents. And don't try anything with Lysander. You should have seen him on the athletic field. He used his head to score a goal. His head! I've never seen anyone play football like that. He's a really entertaining lad. As long as he's around, we're gonna have more fun than ever. Oh! Oh, no! It's okay, he was a soccer player. It's gonna happen eventually. You talk too much, Doga. We don't need talkers. We can't help ourselves. There's only two of them. Only two of them. Let's chop them up and share them with everyone. Let's chop them up and share them with everyone. But we're the only ones who are going to get a share. The Fang Clan's going to keep them all to ourselves. The Earth and Wing Clans talk too much too. Let's get them before they get us. Oh no! Is that fighting?
I'm not sure exactly why, but the fairies seem to be fighting amongst themselves now. I suspect it has something to do with different clans wanting to keep you all to themselves. The why isn't important now, though. You're obviously not safe here. We need to leave right away.
Where would we go? Let's head inland. Once we get through this village, we can make our way to the hilly area. From there, there's a highway, and once we get there, we can think about where to go next. But first, we need to do something about the guards outside.
Unfortunately, I doubt you and I alone will be any match for them. Remember, these fairies are all very powerful. There's no way a human could... Oh.
Oh, good. You're all still okay. Thank goodness. I noticed something was off in the village this morning. I've been keeping an eye on things from afar. It's awful out there. First everyone was yelling at each other, and now they've started fighting. Halabaromia was doing his best to calm everyone down, but I don't think it worked.
Hey, keep an eye on things in the tent. Don't let anyone near it. I know we killed all the Wing Clan bastards, but there's still fangs out there. There ain't no way we're letting those veggie lovers take the humans away from us. We're gonna divide them up both evenly among the Earth Clan.
Oh no. On, fam. It's no use, Lysander. They're not the fairies you knew anymore. They're being driven wild by their bloodlust. Come with me, I can get you through the weak stitching in the cloth where I snuck in. You do want to get out into the woods, right? Then please trust me. I know a way inland. Now come on, hurry. We're not going to talk about the lean? Okay.
Those are Earth Clan fairies. They look nothing like they used to. Ah, how this saddens me. What do I see now but the devil?
Stop that, Tristan. You can't play your harp now. They'll hear us.
Hey, did you just hear something? Maybe one of the Wing Clan bastards survived. Kesley, Gam, go check it out. The rest of us will head to the tent. Crush their legs first, that'll keep them from running.
Aw, crap. Now we gotta get out of here now.
I'm sorry. My fingers moved before I realized what I was doing. Anyway, yes, we need to get out of the village. I'll bring up the rear.
This way, everyone. Please follow me. Suck up that fog. Inhale it. Who cares? We've already forgotten so much. Wow. A new sprite. Wow. Yes, this is it. Once you crush those 3 hills, you'll be far enough inland. Are you all okay? I know we've been running non-stop. I'm okay, well, managing.
Indeed. There were 2 fairies after us, but it seems we lost them after we crossed that first hill.
They must have gotten lost in the fog. I guess all the time you spent living outside in the forest must have paid off. Thank you for showing us the way. You've been a huge help. But are you sure about this? Now that you've helped us escape, doesn't that mean you can never go back to the village? Yes, it does. But please don't worry about that, Mash. My home is safe now thanks to you. Now please, don't worry about me. You need to leave the forest as soon as possible. Go quickly, before the villagers find you. I have to put more distance between you and them. What's that mark on your face? What mark? I can smell the wind now. It smells just like good old Salisbury earth. Soon, I'll be out of the woods. Not much longer. Ah, beautiful Britain. You haven't changed a bit. You're just as I remember from when I had a name. Almost there. Just a little more.
I see a slope up ahead. That must be the last hill.
Once we cross it, we'll be out of these woods. Thank you. We never could have made it this far without... What's wrong? Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you hurt? Why don't we take a little... Shut up. Just shut up. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. It hurts. It hurts so damn much. It's been hurting for all these hundreds of years I've spent alone. They kept forcing me to do things I couldn't. Hundreds of years of endless frustration. Nobody ever helped me before. Nobody even noticed me before. So why did you have to be kind to me now when it's already too late? Idiots. You're idiots. Have you really not figured it out yet? I tricked you. The only reason I brought you out here is so I could keep you all to myself. Why else would I be doing this? Why did I... Get ready, Tristram, Lysander. She's not a fairy anymore. She's Morse now. Just a thing that can no longer speak or listen. Alright, so that's a Morse. I'm going to type in define Morse. M-O-R-S. The Roman god of death. Oh. Morse. Which I guess is like more, right? M-O-R-T, which means death. Interesting. It's the Latin word for death. Interesting. Let's see. Singular form of more in Danish, which is could be mother. I don't think it's mother. Okay, but like there's different languages here. Okay, I think it's with Catalan, right? In Catalan, it means to die. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, why am I looking into this? Interesting, though. Just a thing that can no longer speak or listen. It's a dark sludge that fouls the world just by existing. It is Britain's curse, and it is death to fairies. That's sad. That's big sad. That's big sad. Well, let us defeat you. Strength up against fairies. Inflict curse 3 turns. We're gonna hold on to that for you, but for now, let's go. Let's start with, you know what? If we do removing buffs, no. Apply evade. Let's get an evade going on, just to get that going. Right, and then we'll try and get meter with you. I don't think we can beat this, honestly, but we'll try. This feels like a survival battle or one you can lose. Strange gaze. Okay. Let's go. Okay. And let's just start with the full combo here. I don't think it's possible for us to win. I'm gonna be real. We barely beat one of these with our kind of full party anyways. Well, I don't know, actually. Maybe. Okay, no, I think it is. We're just gonna have to be real smart about what we do here. Good. Okay. Because we can get rid of our curse here, which is going to be useful. So let's go with this. We're going to go with this. Let's go 1, 2, or let's go 2, 3. Yep. Get meter with you. Okay. Debuff be gone. Nice. Okay. We'll have a turn to get more meter. Okay. So let's pop this just for now, even if we're not going to use it just yet. And instead, let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Good gain. Okay. Oof. Oof. Good. Okay, good. It wasn't on her. We have no skills whatsoever, so let's just go 1, 2, 3 to do as much as we can. Alright. How much left? Oh, if we crit, I think we might have this still. Let's see. No, just under. As long as one of them survives, we're good. Yeah. That's fine. Ooh, that was close, actually. Yeah, we got this, though. Just barely, really. Coming right down to the end. Alright. Doesn't go away. We're gonna have to watch. We're gonna have to watch stuff. We're gonna have to watch her die. Wonderful. Okay. I think we got her, but... Be careful, Lysander. She's not done yet. But she's not trying to attack anymore. Is she trying to tell us something? Pardon me. Who's this? Oh, I hope you don't mind. I didn't want to make you three put her out of her misery. As I know the Moors well, I thought I should be the one to do what was necessary. That rapier strike came from behind us like the wind, and there's something familiar about them. Okay. Now that he's on screen fully, I can say this. Why do people think he's hot? Like, I'll be honest here. I'll be very honest. I'm not into men, but I can look at a man and see why people would be like, yeah, that's pretty hot. Dude looks not... I don't know. Maybe it's his other ascensions that people like or something, I don't know. Sorry about that. You're free now. May you find peace in your next life. No way. You're... Hey there, Tanner. Nice. Okay, this face is better. I understand a bit more with this face, but... Is it the nails? Is it the feminine nails? I don't know. I have heard about the birthing hips, which is strange, because guys don't do that, you know? Hey there, Tanner. Nice to meet you. Sorry I took so long to get here. Then again, I guess that's pretty confusing too, judging from the look on your face. A king doesn't typically introduce himself, but none of my attendants are here, so I suppose I don't have a choice. I am Oberon, a heroic spirit summoned here by humanity. I'm the one and only servant in all this Lostbelt who's destined to help you. Most people know me as Oberon the Fairy King. What do you think? Pretty cool, right? Is it the soft womanly features? I don't know. I don't get it. I'll say this. That's Oberon. Like, from my knowledge of Oberon from Shakespeare's works, from my knowledge of Oberon from Shimming Up a Tensai, like, I look at that, I'm like, yep. If you told me that's Oberon, I'd say, yep, that's Oberon, right? It's not a creative take on him. That's just Oberon, which is cool in its own right. You know, it's sort of like when you see Lubu and you're like, yeah, you do it, right? So, most people know me as Oberon the Fairy King. What do you think? Pretty cool, right? What? Oh, we're just getting our memories back. Good. Oh, thank God that this arc didn't last super long. I was very worried that it would last ridiculously long or something. Tristram! Your name's not Tristram, it's... Indeed, you are Tanner, Master of Chaldea. And I am Tristan! Gotta say it right now. Knight of the beloved bewitched bow, and the child of sadness. At last, I finally remember everything. Everything? Everything. As for you, Mash, your name's not really Mash. Oberon? Not Merlin? Merlin? Oh, I'm sorry. You're just, not exactly who I was expecting. But you look so much like someone I was thinking about that it threw me off for a moment. Is Oberon Merlin in this timeline? Very interesting. At any rate, I remember who I am now too. My name is Castor. Artoria Castor. Oh, but that's kind of a mouthful, isn't it? Really, Castor was just my name in the village I'm from, so please call me Artoria. I'm relieved to see you've got your names back. Now, we'd better hurry, or you'll get caught in that fog again. Go on, get going. See those trees over there? That's your goal. First, you should all see what Britain is really like. After that, we'll have plenty to talk about. What Britain is really like? I agree. Let's go, Tanner. It's time you saw the Twilight Island, home of so many fairies. The utopia of earth, wind, and life, blessed by song and rain. The Isle of Britain. She's holding my hand. Wow, it looks like Final Fantasy 15. That's sick, though. Oh, that's the Broken Tree of Emptiness. Whoa, CG art. Yo! Yo! This is Final Fantasy! Standing out, looking out. Yo, that's awesome! Oh, that's super good! That's amazing. Oh, I hope we get more art like that. Please, 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 please. I love it. You know, Nasu, when he was writing that, he's like, there must be a scene where they're standing out there. Hey, it's been a while since we got some cum cubes. Nice. Oh, yo! Britain is real now! Look at it. It's so... Oh my god. I just realized. We started where you start off in, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's the Misty Woods where you've catched... Oh my god. Hold up. Cornwall is literally the starting area of Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is the wild area. This is the first town. That's a big ol' honey. Wow. This is Pokemon Sword and Shield to a T, huh? And I know it's because they're all based on real places and it's tied up to it. But wow, this is Pokemon Sword and Shield. I didn't realize just how accurate it seemingly is. Right? We go to like the first village here, and then that's like the main area. This is the wild area. Then you go to the wild area kind of up there. And that's the main one. And then, yeah, wow. Wow. It's kind of cool, though. Okay. Well, let's do Fragment 1. Fragment. Fragment. Meanwhile, several days after she got separated from Tanner, the girl managed to make it out of the nameless woods on her own ahead of the others. Was it the difference in her innate servant abilities, simply a stroke of good luck? Neither, in fact. She was simply swept along by a Morse current and unceremoniously spat out elsewhere. Oh, she's on her own. The outcome speaks for itself. Deprived of her strength, her equipment in pieces, she could only collapse by the highway. This is bad, very bad, if she stays here too long. Uh-oh. I don't like this. I don't like this. No, 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 no. I've read Boudica's interlude. Nope. See, what'd I tell you? I knew there'd be one or two around here this time of year. Check it out, a premium wind fairy. This'll keep us fed the whole winter. She'll be easy pickings for the slave hunters who prey on fairies who wander out of the woods.
Yeah, oi! Get a call on her before she wakes up! I don't know who she is, but it won't matter once we sell her! We'll make a bundle, and she'll get a nice warm bed and someone to keep her company, let's say. Now that's what I call a win-win. A wolf! There's a wolf here!
I am a dog, Bork. But fortunately, fate had other plans for her. No wonder she's my Oh! Wait, is this Merlin telling the story? Oh! No wonder she's my favorite. That fluffy guy next to her is Sage Grim, the White Fang. Those thugs won't get near her, not with him around.
Oh crap, she's awake! And she looks really strong too! We're dead!
Who are you? No, wait. Why was I collapsed on the ground?
Oh, she doesn't remember anything. Hey there, young lady. We're just, a group of kindly caretakers. It's our job to help any fairies who collapse on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's it. We're here to help you. Now go on, get in the cart. It's the latest model from Norwich. It's way better than walking.
One of us pulls while the other two smile. That way, two can relax and only one has to work. But hey, don't worry, you're our valued guest. We'd never make you pull the cart. Now, what are we gonna call you? I say, what do you think of Anise Brothers? Doesn't that sound like a great name for her?
Huh? I mean, we know going with the urchin like usual. Well, I guess we'll change the place wouldn't hurt. Sound good to you, Anise? Well, go on then. Try to stand up. Yeah, hold on to me if you need. And besides, you don't want to be lying on the ground too long. or the giant Odgogus caterpillars will eat you right up.
Okay, thank you.
Whoa, what's with all the metal? She's got an iron shield, iron armor. Oh, what's this, a canister? Damn, you think she's one of the Queen's knights, seeing how she's got all these weapons? You guys sure this is a good idea? What if the Queen kills us?
You're still a big scaredy cat, aren't you, Wag? Don't worry about it. I've mixed this guy's voice, I've changed it every time, I don't care. Even if she's one of the Queen's knights, who cares? Doesn't matter if she can't remember anything.
Yeah, what's gonna happen when she doesn't even know her name? If she doesn't have a place to call home, that's why we're taking her to a new one.
That's our merchandise, of course. The three fairies exchange a knowing look and cackle. And so she and all her things wound up on the cart with not a clue as to who she is. The cart begins heading north towards... Just a second. How to pronounce... Because I know it's not. I know I'd say it wrong. I know I'm going to say it wrong. Alright. Tell me.
Gloucester.
Gloucester. That's apparently Gloucester. Okay. Thanks. Gloucester. Because I think I've made the joke of, like, West Gloucestershire, but it's literally Gloucester. Beginning another separate journey. But all that aside... Bork. Man, that wolf's still following us. What do we do, brothers?
I really don't want to mess with his like. I say if you kill one, you become a Morse. Guess we'll just have to let him tag along too. Maybe we can even sell him off along with the girl.
Don't worry, the fairies won't be having as much luck as her. Wait, those fairies won't be having much luck as long as her intimidating furry friend is around. Is that this world's version of Foo? I wonder. Alright, Salisbury. I only know this one's Salisbury because of, you know, the steak, the sauce, all that stuff. I'm real curious. Tell me more. Beautiful, isn't it? This is the center of the British Lostbelt. See that super ominous looking castle thing over there? Well, that's Camelot. These days, Britain is divided into north and south regions, and Camelot sits between them. Most people live here in the southern central area. The four main cities in this region are Salisbury, the great cathedral, Norwich, the nearest port town, Gloucester, the city of fashion, and Oxford, the great dining hall. Each city is run by the head of a fairy clan. Excuse me, sorry to interrupt. Do you know where Mash and Da Vinci are? Your art style changes dramatically when you move your head. I see. So there were others from Caldia with you. I'm very sorry, but you were the only one I managed to find. And as you can see, it's just me right now, so tracking you down was the best I could do. But that leads nicely to my next point. Can you tell me what this Mash of yours looks like? She looks like Ciel from Tsukihime Remake, but a different color. As long as I know what she looks like, I can have Blanca look for her.
Shout of Earth!
Sorry, I'm playing Street Fighter right at this moment. Blanca, who's that? I don't like charged characters. Didn't you say you were alone? Alright, here, let me introduce you. Gross! Ew! 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 No! Oh! 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 Gross! Gross! Yucky! 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 I don't like it! I don't like it! Get off the screen! I can't even look at it. Frick! I hate moths! I hate moths! I hate moths! Oh! It's gross! Ooh! Ooh! I don't like it. Sorry. Oh! I can't. I actually can't look at it. I hate moths. I also hate butterflies, by the way. You know that whole speech Blathers gives in Animal Crossing where it's like, "Oh, isn't it weird? People are okay with butterflies, but they're not okay with..." No, don't worry, bud. I'm with you there. They're all gross. They're gross. Horrible creatures. Horrible. Ugh. Ugh. It's the feathery things. Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like it. Fine. Pretty cute, right? I talk with her a lot. I guess you could call her my friend. Anyway, she's very neat, very smart, and above all, she's a hard worker. If anyone can track down Mash, she can. Okay, now that that's settled, how about we start by sharing what we all know with one another? You can tell your story, or you tell me your story, and I'll tell you mine. And you know the rest. I see. So you've conquered 5 Lostbelts so this far. Well, you weren't originally planning to come to Britain. You, Mash, Leonardo, and Tristan wound up coming here to investigate this collapse. But then, after the 4 of you landed here, you got separated in the nameless woods. That's unfortunate. No, I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful. I had no idea you weren't the only one lost. If only you'd been more attentive back then, maybe I could have tracked down... If only I'd been more attentive back then, maybe I could have tracked down Mash and Leonardo as well. But I was so excited about finding you that I forgot all about everything else. So then you were the one I saw the beat before I lost consciousness. For the time being, there's one thing we can and should check. Mash is your contracted servant, right? Then you should have a magical energy connection with her. If it's still active, then we'll at least know she's alive, if we don't yet know where she is. How about it? Can you check that for us? Oh, yeah, it's active. She's here. Great, then all we have to do now is find her. And Leonardo's a servant too, right? And I'm sure she's still alive and kicking too. Fortunately, the fairies here can't tell the difference between their fellow fae folk and servants. So as long as they're not human, shouldn't be in too much trouble. So let's just stay calm and trust them to handle themselves. Next, Artoria, is there something you'd like to say to me? No, not right now anyway. Honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything I've just heard about Chaldea, proper human history, the Lostbelts, and so on. That's like 459 parts of stuff I have to understand. Although, getting back to servants? Rogue spirits? Is that like a human turning into a fairy after they die? And you said both you and Tristan, are servants yourselves? Oh, that's right. If you want to know more about heroic spirits and servants, I'm sure Tanner there will be happy to fill you in on the way. Between a resident of this Lostbelt like you and a master from proper human history who's a guest in this world, you two should be able to catch each other up on almost everything. On the way, you said. Does that mean you have a destination in mind, Oberon? I do indeed. When you're trying to track someone down, a big city's your best bet. Besides, you and Tanner both need to get used to the way things work here in Fairy Britain. So our next stop is Salisbury, the biggest city in the south. There we'll find food, clothing, shelter, everything we need, really. Just about a full day's walk from here. I know you've been up all night, but do you think you can make the trek? Yeah, that's fine with me. Good answer. You definitely got spirit, but you're also tempering it with a healthy dose of cool-headedness. I like that. Salisbury, huh? What should I do? It might be kind of dangerous to go back now. But I also can't leave Tanner to fend for himself. Plus, I don't care what this Oberon guy says. He really seems a lot like Merlin. Would it be okay if I came along too, Tanner? I know I mistakenly went by Mash's name for a while there, but I want to know more about you and about, proper human history. Oh, I just assumed you'd be coming with us? Right, of course not. Gosh, what am I even saying? Of course you wouldn't want a country bumpkin like me to, huh? You're shaking my hand again. Does that mean it's okay? Yeah, no. I'll never say no to an Artoria, even one who's underage. I feel absolutely no romantic feelings to because that's weird, but we will have a very good friendship. But by God, let me tell you, that one version of you, Anyways. Yes. Now that's a lovely friendship. I was definitely on pins and needles back in Cornwall, but it seems not interfering was the right choice after all. In theatrical terms, I believe this is the part where we now say, now that the actors are in place, the real story can begin. Chaldea alone won't be enough. The Child of Prophecy alone won't get there in time. So we'll need both to defeat the mighty Morgan. Is this guy pulling the strings? He feels snussy. He feels a little snussy. I mean, people are just waking up. I doubt any... Oh, well, sure. Let's get you, because then we can at least check out your new animations, right? So, let's get Team new characters going. I want to see what they look like. So let's go with... I want to see more animations, try them out, right? What am I doing? We're on the level filter. We need... you right there. We got you. We can move you in the back because we're not really using you. We'll switch you out for... I do want to see what Bargy looks like in combat. What's her... What's the recommended... the recommended craft essence for her? I'm going to pull that up and take a look. Her recommended craft essence is... Kaleidoscope. Okay, so starting NP gauge will help. Kaleidoscope, Dragon's Meridian, Prisma Cosmos. Bargus already charges 15% Noble Phantasm gauge per turn. What? That's crazy. What are you talking about? Really? Huh. In that case, well, let's go with Kaleidoscope, because then I want to see what it looks like. So we'll pop that to at least see what that's like. Yeah, we'll try these three out, right? And then we'll see sort of, you know, what happens as we go through. I mean, can we fit you? We can't. We super can't. Let's just go with someone back here. Someone cheap and easy. Sure. All right. Let's give this a shot. Let's try out some of these new servants and see how they go. Ah, the prophecy was true. That girl is our star of hope. She will be our salvation. She will be our path to forgiveness. She's our savior who drifted to our shores with a ship full of treasure. She's the one who will hear the voice of paradise and chant the promised name. Dear Artoria, may you grow to the age of 16 healthy and strong. May the Queen's soldiers never find you. One day you will go on a journey to ring the 6 bells and save all of Britain, a journey to welcome our true king. Gloucester, Salisbury, Oxford, Norwich, Orkney. This is just... like, fantasy names. We may not know where the 6th bell is, but we're confident you'll find it. The staff of selection has chosen you. You are Fairy Britain's only hope. Now go on, hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry and greet your 16th birthday. We have complete faith in you. Whoa! Yo, Bad Santa.
The village is done for. The executioner squads are here. Hold your head high. Grip your staff tight. Now is the time to begin your journey, Artoria. Remember, no matter what anyone else says, you are unquestionably the child of prophecy. You're the spitting image of her.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm so weak. I'm sorry I can't live up to your expectations. I'll do my best, I promise. As much as I can. Smack, smack. Hey, I get it. There aren't many things cozier than a campfire. Huh? Oh, no, was I asleep? I just remember Tristan playing his harp then. How this saddens me. I was merely trying to soothe your exhaustion. But I cannot help but notice you don't seem to care for my music, my liege. I mean, maid Artoria. Sorry, I'm just not used to hearing music. But it really did help me fall asleep peacefully. I'd love if you played it again sometime when it's bedtime. Ouch. You wound me. Maid. Maid? Is it short for maiden? Okay. No bard wants to be told his music puts people to sleep. I mean, you say that, but like I love listening to like lo-fi hip-hop and it helps me sleep. Sure, if they heard that, they'd love it. Hey, you can't blame her. We've been walking non-stop nearly all day. We're all exhausted. You just have different things on your finger all the time, buddy. That's why we're camping out here tonight before making our way to Salisbury tomorrow morning. Artoria, you can put up a bounded field to keep wild animals away, right? I hate to ask since I know you're sleepy, but would you mind? Oh, yes, of course. Okay, I'll be back soon. Now then, I know we told Artoria that proper human history is like a parallel world to Britain, but that, of course, that's not the whole truth, is it? The truth is, proper human history is the rightful historical timeline, and it's fundamentally incompatible with this world of fairy Britain. As Chaldea, you have to erase the Lostbelts to ensure humanity's future. And now you're trying to come up with a way to tell Artoria this without hurting her too badly. I know it's wrong to hide that, but... I see. I suppose you have betrayed the people of 5 Lostbelts already, technically 6. Damn, I usually pride myself on being an excellent conversationalist, but even I'm having trouble coming up with the right words to heal the wounds in your heart. So for now, the best I can do is offer some words of consolation. It's okay, Tanner. This Lostbelt won't fall by your hand. Remember, it's falling apart on its own. If anything, I'd say you're doing it a favor. Really? Yes, indeed. Human history simply could not ever prosper in this version of Britain. It's a flawed world that was always destined for destruction. History took a dreadfully wrong turn here. The only problem is that it's threatening to take proper human history down with it when it all goes to pot. That's why guys like us from proper human history have to do whatever we can to save it. And that means defeating the one who's been ruling it from on high for 2,000 years, High Queen Morgan. Hold on. Did you say Morgan? As in that Morgan? Yep. That Morgan. The same one who proved to be King Arthur's ultimate Achilles heel in proper human history, even after he united all of Britain. The extraordinary witch who lured King Arthur into countless traps so she could take Camelot for herself. And the mother of Mordred, the treacherous knight, the child of King Arthur, who proved to be his downfall. She's the one who ultimately destroyed Britain, and here, she's Fairy Britain's ruler. She'll bring it all to ruin. Let's see. I think you Chaldeans would probably refer to her as this Lostbelt's king. King Arthur's archenemy here in this Lostbelt. Anyway, based on everything you've told me, it sounds like Morgan's behind the outside world abnormality. So long as you can defeat her, that should end the threat to proper human history. After that, you can just leave this place to its fate. Whether it falls apart or pulls itself back together, you won't need to feel bad about it. Look over there. What was it the Lostbelt needs to survive again? A tree of emptiness? Well, I'm guessing the World Tree, the giant ash over there by the sea, is it. And as you can see, it's been dead for a long time, so this Lostbelt definitely hasn't got long left. Was it ever on fire at any point? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, it was. Went up in flames not too long ago, and died out again as quickly as it started. I wonder what that was all about anyway. Anyway, I think that's enough talk for tonight. Don't want to overdo the info dump. Even if you don't remember anything we talked about tonight, at least remember this. Defeat High Queen Morgan, ruler of Fairy Britain. Nice and simple, right? As for the rest, I'll tell you once we reach Salisbury. Once you see a Fey city for yourself, I think you'll have a much better handle on what life in Britain is like. Oops, sorry to interrupt, but we got monsters. Get ready to fight, Tanner. I'm sorry, I accidentally skipped a couple steps when I was making the bounded field, and I ended up summoning a pack of wild birds by mistake. Can you help me out, please? I never thought the day would come when my liege would beg me for a help. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting she's not the King Arthur I knew. Oh, this is embarrassing. Even if she's not, I'm so glad to have her around. Me too. It's such an honor that it actually makes me feel sorry for the other Knights of the Round Table. Here they come. Be careful, Tanner. Britain's beasts are nothing to be trifled with. Okay. Let's beat a bird. Let's beat a bird. Beat up a bird. Beating birds. Let's do this. Let's... Oh, those aren't birds. Alright. We got some new animations to look at. Also some new stuff. So we got... Yeah, okay. So you do... Sure hit. Significant damage. Curse. Disastrous curse. You're curse-based. Okay. You're curse-based. Okay, I see. You also have... quick effectiveness. Invincible. Evade for all allies. And 500 for allies, excluding yourself. Grimalkin. Interesting. Based... Or, sorry. Blessed Scion. Inflict NP seal. Skill seal to all opponents increase gauge. So I'm going to pop this just right away. 45%. Wow. Okay, and this does absorb HP, chance to decrease charge and increase charge. Let's just do this right now. Are you a vampire? I think she's a vampire. Okay, so let's go. I do want to see some of these animations. So let's go 1, 2, 3. All right, what do we got? We got. Oh, she uses the same one. Yep. Whoa. Sick animations. All right. Okay, and then flap. And flap. And flap. Okay. Good. All right, what do we got here? So let's see. We can do a full combo with. Let's do it with Gawain. So we got Buster Up for, and it's for all enemies. Okay, so let's go. So it's not day. Do we have anything that makes it day? Restore HP when doing normal attacks. Remove 1 buff, and when successfully removed, decrease. Interesting. That's for 3 turns. Strong Eater. Wild Rule. Okay. So she can heal herself by eating them, basically. Interesting. So, yeah, only one of those. And this one here is damage cut and healing each turn. Oh, that's the one. Whoa, puppers! So that means that, yeah, she'll be getting a bunch each turn. So let's start with just 1, 2, 3. All right, show me. What's Black Dog Galatine like? Sorry, did that say A-Ray? No. We're going to her stuff after this. Did that say A-Ray? Because if so, I'm kind of freaking out right now. No way. Oh my god. We got A-Ray mention? What? Alright, let's see what yours is like. Fetch, fail not. Whoa, what? Whoa. Whoa, that's weird. If Barghest is an A-Ray, I have a million questions. Everything is lost for me. Alright, so let's see what your full animation looks like here. Alright, so you do... Cool. That's kind of like a Melty Blood move that Aoko does. Okay. Yeah, those are Tristan moves for sure. Spin. Okay. I need to know what she said there. Because if what she said is true, this is huge. And I don't mean because she's actually not as big as I thought she would be looking at the height differences here. I'm gonna be very honest. She's big, but she's not as big. Yay, we won! We trounced them! Man, that feels good. This makes me happy. This was the first battle I've won handily since being summoned. Artoria, are you actually pretty competitive? Oh no, it's nothing really. I'm just glad I was able to contribute, huh? Oh, I see. You're already strong enough to handle a murder of Nightcrows without much trouble, huh? Very nice. That's even better than I was expecting. Tristan, your bow may not be particularly strong, but its range is exceptional. You're clearly well suited for battles against large groups. With you on our side, I bet we could win no matter how outnumbered we may be. And as for you, Artoria, you're much more of a wild card than you look. Is that strange tool of yours handmade? A rare weapon like that will be effective against an opponent who's never seen it before, especially as a distraction. And above all, your summons were fascinating, Tanner. Temporarily summoning heroic spirits to aid in battle, huh? I had no idea it was such a flexible and powerful way to... Okay, I don't trust this. I don't trust this. If he's summoned by the system, he should know, right? I feel like he should have a basic knowledge. Human magecraft doesn't tend to work well against fairies, but summoning heroic spirits is definitely an exception. The only problem with it is how long you can last, given the incredible demands on your stamina, magical energy, and sheer luck. Plus, it seems the longer the battle lasts, the more of a toll it takes on you. But as long as you're careful about that, you should be able to handle anyone, fairy or not. Wait a moment. Human magecraft? You can use magecraft, Tanner? Yeah, just barely, thanks to the Mystic Code, but yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I was just a little taken aback. You see, magecraft isn't really used much in Britain. Basically, fairies perform sacraments without any help from basic magecraft spells or mystic codes, so magecraft is considered unnecessary at best and only practiced by weirdos at most. In fact, to be totally blunt, if you tell people you use magecraft here, they tend to look at you all funny and ask why you'd go to all that trouble.
I see, you do have a point. Fairies simply have no need of magecraft. And since Britain is a land dominated by fairies, that would mean magecraft is effectively worthless here.
So why do you use it then, Artoria? Oh man, after everything I just said, you really went there, Tanner. Now was an honest question, Artoria. You know he didn't mean anything by it, right? Anyway, you don't have to answer it if you'd rather not. As for you, Tanner, I'd suggest you wait for a better time before bringing this up again. Anyway, I think we might have gotten distracted from our main purpose. Now that we've got this nice camp set up, we should use it to get a good night's sleep. I'm sure there's more you'd like to know about Tanner, Artoria, but why don't we save that for tomorrow? Huh. Fortunately, there are none of the Queen's soldiers, no Moors, and no rebel army around here. And once we wake up in the morning, it's only another hour's walk to Salisbury, where we'll be able to have a much more in-depth conversation. After all, if you're going to have a little fun discussion, you should save it for a nice and relaxing place, right? It's going to be on fire when we head there. It's going to just be up in flames. I'm calling it now. It's going to either be destroyed or up in flames. You can't just say that. Okay, now shut up. Shut up and I need to check something. Okay. It was during the Noble Phantasm. Yeah? Oh my god. No frickin' way. I need to read some of these now. Okay, I'm reading if there's anything else about A-rays. That's funny. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. None of these. Oh, frick. I mean, we probably gotta... It's a good name. We're just gonna have to... Dang, okay. Okay. Okay, we've got those level ups. Okay. Wait. There's different lines. Okay. Okay. So does that mean... Fae form expanding, okay. We got bond level 1. Dog eat dog world, okay. Oh my goodness. I read a thing and now I'm excited, right? It's so exciting. Let's finish up the node here. Okay. Let's see if the city is not burning down. And that's just the world's history up until 2017. Oh, wow. So other worlds really do exist. England, Scotland, Ireland. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And you said there are other countries beyond the Isle too? Like, France? And Italy? I can't even imagine so many different countries and cultures and people. It sounds like you come from a really wonderful world. Britain without the fairies, huh? That sounds like a nice change of pace. Well, from where Tanner's sitting, I imagine he finds this Britain full of fairies to be quite the change of pace. I do have to correct you on one thing, though. It's not that there aren't any fairies at all in proper human history where Tanner comes from. While mystics have definitely faded since the AD era began, fairies are still around, which we know thanks to a Garden of Sinners. Though, of course, there are far fewer of them. They don't reveal themselves to humans much. Heck, I'm a fairy heroic spirit myself. Come to think of it, Oberon, aren't you from A Midsummer Night's Dream, right? Written by William Shakespeare, England's greatest playwright, it may well be one of the most famous stories about fairies. It's basically about a love square between humans. That's the best way to describe it, yeah. But two of the most important characters are Oberon, the king of the fairies, and his queen, Titania. In the story, Oberon wants Titania to give him one of her pages, so he hatches a plan involving a potion that will cause the drinker to fall in love with the first living thing they see upon awakening. But two humans end up taking it by mistake, causing them to forget about the person they love and mistakenly believe they're fated to be with someone else. Well, without going into too much detail, it all wraps up nicely in the end. It's a comedy, it ends in marriages. It's the sort of comedy of errors focused on love and miscommunication you see everywhere in Shakespeare's work. It's a whole genre. But unfortunately for me, it became so popular that it kept being retold for generations. Thanks to that, the word fairy is now synonymous with mischievous Puck and narrow-minded King Oberon. So at least in one sense, I might be the most famous fairy in the world. If you've never read it before, you should give it a shot once you get back to Caldia. I have! I studied it in university. It doesn't paint the most flattering picture of me, unfortunately, but never mind that. And just to be clear, I swear I wasn't trying to make trouble, okay? I'm just a plot device, really. Only there to get the romantic hijinks rolling. So then, does that mean you're a fictional character, Oberon? Is it even possible for someone as vaguely defined as that to become a my answer is don't worry about it.
No, it isn't. Well, Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream is indeed how he is best known. Legends of Oberon the Fairy King have existed in Europe since ancient times. Perhaps most notably, there's a poem about him from the 15th century, well before Shakespeare's time, where he's described as a king of fairies who can use magic to make any wish come true.
Really? I didn't know about that one. The point is, the character was inspired by an existing model, and that model must have become the base of my servant form. Which came first? Who knows? Just another version of the chicken and egg problem. What about Titania, then? Oh, she's all Shakespeare. There's no legends in fairy history of anyone by that name. The name Titania probably came from the Titans of Greek mythology. The Oberon in A Midsummer's Night Dream is pretty self-centered, after all. You can never find a lady who would tolerate him, so Shakespeare had to make one up. But I digress. Sorry for wasting our time. Salisbury is just up ahead. Don't worry about the guards. I'll handle them. All you three have to do is stay quiet. It's okay. My face is basically a free pass into the city. Alright, one more thing. Do not tell them your names. If they ask, and you can't avoid answering, make something up. You don't need anyone else finding out that you're human, and you never know who might be listening.
Hold on. Isn't it dangerous to lie to fairies? I've heard that their eyes can see through falsehoods. If so, shouldn't we try to avoid lying wherever possible?
Oh, don't worry. The fairies here don't have powers like that. I don't know if they lost some thanks to all the prosperity or if they threw them away in order to be prosperous, but either way, they definitely can't tell truth from lies anymore. The only way you can tell if you're dealing with a good person or not is when everything's said and done. How else could someone as evil as Morgan have stayed at the top of this world for so long? I still don't really trust him. Yeah, it's a little European city, alright. Alright. Dwarfy, there's a big city elfy. Oh, that really is a huge cathedral. Is there fairy Jesus?
Ah, how this gladdens me. The air here is very different from Cornwall. There may be fairies everywhere we turn here too, but I don't sense anything dangerous about them. They all seem happy and full of good cheer. Is there some sort of festival taking place today or something?
No, this is just life in Salisbury. It's the only free city in all of Britain. There are about 200,000 people living in Salisbury. Some are wind, earth, and fang fairies. Some are fairies who emerge spontaneously from nature. And some are independent humans. Independent humans? Humans who have won their freedom and now belong to no one but Britain itself. I was hoping to tell you about that aspect of life here once things had settled down, but I guess it was bound to come up sooner or later. And since the Great Cathedral is here too, this seems as good a place as any to get into it. You Chaldeans may have thought there were no humans in this Lostbelt, but strictly speaking, that's not true. Humans do exist here, they're just not at the top of the hierarchy. Here, they're just used as tools to enrich fairy society. In proper human terms, they're essentially slaves. Didn't you think there was something strange about this city? It's wrong. Twisted, unseemly. You're right, it's more like a human city than a fairy one. Exactly. Fairies are supposed to live in harmony with nature. Even when they form communities, it's always forest children and stone children gathering under the same great mother. They were always just the divided spirits of the planet who never possessed a culture of their own. But as you can see, Fairy Britain has become a place where fairies imitate human society. For about 4,000 years, 14,000 years, fairies have raised humans like cattle. Oh! Are we having a milking stream? Is that what we're going into? In that time, they used humans' innate creativity as entertainment, which in turn allowed them to flourish. Fairies live long lives, and they require no sustenance whatsoever. Since there's nothing they can't do, they never change, and they never try anything new. In contrast, humans have countless weaknesses. They have short lives, their injuries don't heal, they need food to survive, and they can be easily killed by wild beasts. So naturally, humans come up with all sorts of things that would allow them to survive and flourish in spite of those weaknesses. I'm guessing the fairies found that kind of human thinking to be absolutely fascinating. It's like finding a shiny new toy. So they began keeping humans as livestock, followed by superficially copying their culture with cities like this one. They completely ignored the substance behind human agriculture, architecture, and other various fields of study, instead only imitating it at the most basic, superficial level. Anything they couldn't copy manually, well, they fudged with magical energy. That cathedral there is the worst offender. Fairies have no gods and no religion. There was no actual point to making the cathedral, they just thought it was fun. That's Fairy Britain's culture, and it's how they treat humans. So they just ripped off human culture? Well, yes, I guess you could put it that way. Still, as a fairy myself, I can understand how things got to this point. Well, they definitely took it too far. It makes sense they'd get this like this in a world where humans are endangered. Both in proper human history and in this Lostbelt, humans are fairies' favorite source of luxury entertainment. This land came to be known as Fairy Britain when fairies began regulating humans at a societal level. It's also the key political policy of High Queen Morgan, your enemy. Huh? You guys are gonna fight Morgan? Yep, or at least that's the current plan. Isn't that right, Tanner? I still don't have a good handle, but we do need to at least meet her. But first, we need to find my other two companions. Oh right, we do, don't we? Well, first things first and all that. Why don't we start with the pub? There are always people coming and going in pubs, and some of them may know something useful. Something wrong? Why'd you stop? Tanner, you've helped me out a lot, and I really appreciate it, but what should I do if he's gonna fight High Queen Morgan? I'd only complicate things if I stuck around. I wanted to stay with him until we found Mash, but maybe it'd be better if we go our separate ways here. So that's how it is. By the way, Artoria, do you know what they do to humans in this city they catch without their owners? They're captured as ranch escapees and sent to New Darlington. Not New Woolly. New Woolly? As in Darlington, the National Slaughterhouse Theater? Oh, geez. Uh-oh. National Slaughterhouse? That's horrible, but wait, isn't Salisbury supposed to be a free city? The head of the Wind Clan runs this place, right? Surely they wouldn't do anything so horrid. Not necessarily. Not even the head of the Wind Clan can defy the High Queen. So definitely be to our advantage to have as many trusted collaborators with us as we can. Tanner still doesn't know right from left here, and on top of that, he's human. Without an owner to watch over him, it'll just be like the Nameless Woods all over again. I'd do it myself, but since I'm obviously noble, even royal, it would strain credulity if I tried to claim a human of unknown origins as one of my attendants. But you, on the other hand, would be a perfect fit for Tanner. And don't worry, I'm not asking you to stay with him forever, just while we're in Salisbury. You'd prefer that over being alone too, right, Tanner? I guess you're right. Being alone in Britain these days would make you more likely to attract suspicion from the authorities. But what about Tristan? Couldn't he pretend to be Tanner's owner? He probably could, but Tristan knows just as little about Fairy Britain as Tanner. It wouldn't take much questioning from one of the clan guards to expose the facade. I wouldn't go that rude unless we had no other choice. Oh, that's a really deep face with a flesh fang, really? But if I have a human attendant, that would mean I'd have to be an upper-class fairy, which would also make me Tanner's owner, and it would just be pretend. We're actually hoping to make him your pet. No, I couldn't pretend. It's fine. I'm still much too young for that. What? Okay. Great. Then it's settled. Tanner, Artoria's gonna be your owner for a while. It'll be the safest way to travel here. Think you can play along? Don't worry, I have some acting experience. Oh, okay. If you're sure you want me for this, then I'll do it. Besides, we've come this far together, so I certainly don't mind traveling together a little more. In fact, looking on the bright side, this is actually making one of my childhood dreams come true. Oh, what dream would that be? Manslave! What? Manslave? Oh. The same dream every fairy who grows up in the country has, joining the ranks of upper-class city folk. Why lip-syncing at that? That's a bar. That's a nice bar. Hey there, my good Salisburian. How are all of you this fine day? That's right, it is I, Oberon, the fairy king of the autumn woods, the missionary of peace, flowers, and fairy tales, here to grace you with my boisterous presence. They love him! Little Pat here loves him!
Hey, Oberon. Glad to see you're doing well. Nice to have you back in Salisbury again. Just make sure you don't put anything on your tab today, you hear?
Oberon, I knew coming to day drink was a good idea. Oi, when are you paying back the money I lent you? He likes to garden.
I still have to thank you for your help the other day, Oberon. Your advice really got the trees in my backyard to settle down. I'm still waiting for you to pay me back, though. Going along just lovely, Oberon. You have some time to spare, right? You simply must attend our tea party today. I'm still waiting for you to pay me back, though.
Where's their little prince with the 10,000-year tab? Don't worry, I'll cover this round. Still waiting for you to pay me back, though.
Will you all cut that out? Stop pointing out how popular I am. I'm here with some important friends today. Save the money talk for another time, all right? Ha 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 ha. We know. Don't worry, we're all just joking. You've enriched our lives way more than the Queen's banknotes ever could. We're happy to treat you. Buddy, you're in debt? Bro. So you're poor, even though you call yourself a king? Well, yes, my financials are just a little lean right now. Bluntly, I'm flat broke. What do you expect? When I was summoned to Fairy Britain, all I had on me was this cloak. I woke up in a forest piled high with dead leaves and literally nothing to my name. Usually in a situation like that, I'd be too bummed to do anything but wait for help from proper human history. But since I arrived first, I knew there were things I needed to take care of. Fairies thrive on what they find interesting, so I went around putting on shows in the various cities here. I sang songs, riled up crowds, told fairy tales, and entertained housewives, what do you mean by that, and livened up the nights. Over time, the people of Britain came to know me as the regal fairy king of a fief nobody's heard of. Well, at least in the major cities anyway. Oh, so I didn't know you because I'm not, I didn't know you because, I didn't know about you because I'm from the countryside. Sorry about that, I'll try to branch out more from now on. Still, this was a hard-fought battle in its own right. Can you imagine what it was like for me to have to act like nobility without any actual capital? I can recall a few dozen times where I lied about my station so I could sing love songs to a beautiful woman I met at a tavern. And indeed, there's nothing quite so tense as that. As a fellow poet, Oberon, I have the greatest respect for what you've accomplished here. I don't suppose you'd be willing to give me a few in-depth lessons on how to roll fairy style, would you? Do I need to throw up hand signs or something? If you'd really like to learn from me, I'd be glad to teach you what I know. Besides, you're with your music backing me up, I bet I'd be able to expand my clientele even more. Now I see you're both scoundrels who can't be trusted around women. Good face. Anyway, where should we sit, Oberon? My favorite table is the round one in the back on the raised floor. It's harder for other customers to see you there, and it gives you a full view of the whole pub. Now, how about we start with a toast of fruit water? Excuse me, cutie. Are you the new server? Let the owner know we'll be using the table in the back, okay? And also, we'd like to order 4 apple waters. Oh my god! Okay, for real? When it said the pub, I was like, I wonder if we're gonna see her here as, like, in, like, you know, an outfit. And yep. You got it. I'll have them ready in just a moment. Huh? Da Vinci? Wow, no way! Tanner, it's really you! That was easy. I felt like we would find her here. It just felt like things would fall into place, you know? Do we got a battle? Or is it just story? We just got story? We just got story. Let's go. Alright. Oh man, you'll never believe what happened to me. So after we got separated in the fog, I let my instincts lead me, and that brought me right back to the beach. Luckily, that beach was far enough away from the foggy woods that I was able to follow the coastline east. Eventually, I caught sight of Salisbury here and figured out I ought to be able to learn more in a populated city. Then, when I got here,
An angel far too good for this world just appeared on my pub's doorstep. She was very unsteady on her feet, but I could see the fire in her deep blue eyes when she said, "What a lovely place. Would you let me work here for the rest of my life?"
I never said that. What I said was I'm looking for my companions, but first could I have a glass of water, remember?
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know. You're welcome to work here forever.
Yes, I heard you the first 100 times, Mike. What? I mean, I guess if we're in Britain, running into a pub owner named Mike seems pretty normal. Now, back behind the counter, I'll teach you how to make cocktails later.
Damici, my perfect angel.
Anyway, that's my story. I'm glad you're okay, Tanner. You too, Tristan. Although, it looks like you still haven't found Mash yet. I see. You must be the other servant Tanner told me about. It's an honor to meet a renowned genius like yourself, Leonardo da Vinci. Who are you? Missing the fact you know my name means you're a servant from proper human history? I'm Oberon. Oberon the Fairy King. Though I guess here it's more of an aspirational title. It's nice to meet you, Da Vinci. I'm Artoria Castor. I met Tanner in the Nameless Woods. To make a long story short, I'm going around with Tanner, pretending to be his owner. Seriously? That's hilarious. Thanks, Artoria. That must be a huge weight off Tanner's shoulders. But hey, you're a British fairy too, right? You probably got some idea of what it is we're doing here by now. But you're helping Tanner, so does that mean you're good with it? Well, more or less. Honestly, I didn't even really get half of what Tanner and Oberon told me. But I do know that Tanner was telling the truth. I wouldn't feel right about abandoning someone in trouble when it's well within my ability to help them, and honestly, it kind of seemed like fun. Gotcha. It should be okay to speak frankly here. So, how did you end up here, Tanner? Here's the story. We're skipping it, because we're good with pacing. Wow, sounds like you guys had a hell of a time in that forest. I'm glad you made it out of there okay. Thanks for keeping him safe, Tristan. You too, Oberon, Artoria. So, we still don't know much about Britain. We have no idea where Mash is. But we do know that she's still alive, and Oberon is flat broke. Okay, now that we're on the same page, we can figure out what to do next. You made the right call, Oberon. We shouldn't be wandering aimlessly around Britain right now. What we need to do is set up a base of operations here in Salisbury, where we can gather information and tackle our problems one at a time. Our top priority right now is finding Mash, so we'll need to look for info on a girl wearing iron armor. While we do that, we should also learn more about Britain and the lives of the fairies who live in it. Do you have a house? What are we doing? I sure do. This pub doubles as an inn. Well, technically they just copied a man-made inn without knowing what it was for, so I taught Mike about inns and how to put all the extra rooms he's got here to good use. And as a little reward for my services, I got to take 3 of the second-floor rooms for myself. I knew we'd eventually find each other, and that we'd need a Kalia frontline base when we did, so that's why I went ahead and made one. Wow, I'm impressed, Da Vinci. And I know Lancelot would be especially blown away by what you've done here. Huh? Is this Lancelot person also a young girl? No. This is great. I can already tell this Da Vinci friend of yours will be a huge help. Alright, since it seems you guys have things well in hand now, I think I'll take my leave. I've actually got a lot of other things I still have to do. You're going off on your own, Oberon. Yep, I'm gonna see what I can find out about this MASH girl. Not to mention we also need more information about Britain as a whole. Now that you Chaldeans have come here, things are definitely going to change. And since we still don't have many allies on our side yet, I want to make sure we know where things stand in each region. We'll see each other again soon, right? Of course, especially now to know where I can find you all. And just wait till that next banner. Don't worry, the next time you see me, I'll have good news. In the meantime, I suggest you all get acclimated to Britain sooner than later. Well, damn, he sure doesn't waste any time. I'm glad he's on our side, though, but he definitely dances to the beat of his own drum, doesn't he? Indeed, and that colorful outfit of his speaks to me. It tells me he is, without a doubt, the same kind of poet as me. How this gladdens me. So what should we do now? I could show you around Salisbury if you like. Thanks, but I think we should take the rest of our day off. You all walked a long way to get here, after all. Please, go ahead and make yourselves comfy in the rooms I mentioned. Tanner, you take a room for yourself. Tristan and I will share another. And Arturia, you can use the other room I set aside for MASH. I knew I was right not just settling for 2 rooms. I'll also put some magecraft berries in the room so we won't have to worry about being, overheard. I recognize that Da Vinci wink. Really? I can have a whole room all to myself for free? Hooray, I've always wanted my own room. I can't wait to get all comfy. Thank you, Da Vinci. Oh gosh, you proper human history? Fairies are also generous, this is great. And now she's gone too. I know I didn't touch on this before, but she's pretty different from the Arturia we know, isn't she? Yes, she is. From what I've seen so far, we should consider her an entirely separate person from King Arturia Pendragon, the King of Britain in proper human history. Yep, which is one more thing I'd like to discuss up in our room, if you two don't mind taking us there. It's better we discuss proper human history stuff just among ourselves. You really can't be too careful here. Little room. Alright, let's begin by sharing what we've learned, starting with this version of Britain. You probably got a sense of this by yourselves on the way to Salisbury, but this Lostbelt is very different from the others we've seen so far. It doesn't look like an alternate path human history could have taken, especially since humans aren't the dominant species here. So far as I can tell, the world consists almost entirely of fairies. In Russia, a huge cold snap made it impossible for human species to survive as they were, so they were forced to adapt and evolve. In Scandinavia, the Twilight of the Gods, aka Ragnarok, happened during the Age of Gods, and both humans and alike were in sharp decline afterward. China was ruled by a single Zen-Ren, or true human, and became the sole nation-state in the entire world. India was converging in on itself through endless cycles of reincarnation, only for the whole world instead of individual people. And in Greece, humankind was completely dominated by gods who never died out. While all of them were dead ends, they were all still human worlds. No matter how different they may have been from our timeline, they all still had human societies that suited their environments in the year 2019. But that's not the case here. This is very much not a human world. For one thing, there is no world outside of Britain. It's not like the other Lostbelts where we just couldn't see the outside world thanks to the storm walls. There's just nothing in this world at all besides Britain. No other continents, and definitely no other nations. So as long as we're here, the whole planet consists of nothing but the Isle of Britain and the sea. And that means it's basically another world with no relation to human history? Yep, given what we know now, that's the only way to describe it. Over the last few days, I've been asking various fairies about what things are like between Britain and other countries, but the very idea of other countries was alien to them. So that tells me there must be some strange circumstance that caused this place to become Fairy Britain. Figuring out what that will be the key to beating, well, no, unraveling this Lostbelt.
Hold on, if there aren't any other European countries here, does that mean every fairy in this land comes solely from the Isle of Britain?
That's a great question, Tristan. If there are no other lands in this world, it follows that no fairy legends from those places would be imported here. But luckily, there's still a little thing called human history convergence. What that means is, as long as a fairy once existed on Earth, their existence will remain even if their form and history are different. So even if this fairy Britain, we have fairies from various European legends showing up in different forms. Basically, the ecosystems are similar, even if the environments aren't. Since this is still the same planet Earth, there's inevitably going to be similar life forms, civilizations, and large-scale events.
Similar life forms, huh?
Yep, Fairy Britain may be nothing like the Britain we know, but despite that, the two Britons have a surprising number of things in common. Things like city names, fairy names, even the name of this world's queen. Remember that huge castle to the north you saw on the way here? It belongs to High Queen Morgan, ruler of Fairy Britain. And it probably won't surprise you to learn that its name is Camelot. That's right, here the same castle that symbolized British peace and proper human history, that was home to King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, belongs to Morgan. The strongest, most despised witch in British history, until, that other one. Margaret Thatcher. And the one indirectly responsible for King Arthur's death and Britain's downfall. Morgan the Witch, huh? Yep, as far as I've been able to find out, Morgan's ruled Fairy Britain for almost 2,000 years. There are 6 different fairy clans here. Wind, Earth, Fang, Mere, Wind. The fact that there's Wind and Wing is going to kill me, and one other. They waged war with each other constantly for thousands of years, until Morgan used evil magecraft to defeat them, subjugated half the clans through force, and united all of Britain. Afterwards, she gave the humans of this world a limited degree of freedom, and made them build a foundation for civilization, and developed this imitation society over the course of the last 2,000 years.
Morgan. So even in this Lostbelt, she's still trying to... But no, I suppose I shouldn't say that. I'm sure this Morgan is a different person from the one we know. So what exactly is her reign like? Since she calls her castle Camelot, does that mean it's far and away just... It's fair and just, rather, in a way King Arthur would be proud of?
Nope, it's pretty horrible. She has strict limits on the number of humans that can be born each year and rules the fairies with an iron fist. Every fairy that lives in an urban area is inscribed with Morgan's curse, command spells, as part of their civic duty. And every year, fairies inscribed with these command spells are forced to donate some of their vitality, magical energy essentially. They call it the existence tax. And any fairy who can't pay it, essentially can't provide enough magical energy to satisfy Morgan, are killed right then and there. Apparently, when she first took the throne, Morgan told the fairies, "I offer neither absolution nor salvation. I demand that you obey without question, or I demand only that you obey without question or hesitation. Show me your fealty in word and action, and I shall keep Britain safe." Any fairies who can't handle the state of affairs and became unable to work are taken into Camelot or dealt with here. Or they escape the cities and run to lands no one else knows about. So that's why the fairies were there, huh? Yeah. We heard that there. Thank you for not making me read the dialogue again. That's a good flashback.
Such an oppressive regime is bound to spark our opposition. But even so, Morgan has maintained her iron grip on Britain for 2,000 years.
Yep, which just goes to show how powerful she must be. She takes half the soul of every fairy in Britain each year, and there's still no fairies able or willing to stand up to her. That said, there are some positive sides to Morgan's reign. Remember those black things we fought near the shore? The fairies call them Moors, and they're one of the calamities that have been plaguing Fairy Britain since its inception. Occasionally, fairies that lose their purpose, or their spark, end up turning into these Moors creatures. Moors are essentially the fairies' natural predators. Just touching one is enough to infect a fairy, ultimately transforming them into a Moors too. It's kind of like a disease that only affects fairies. And the Moors aren't the only calamity Britain has to regularly contend with. There are lots of others that pop up on a regular basis. And Morgan, the High Queen's army, is constantly fending them off. Morgan may be a cold and ruthless ruler, but she's also the sword that keeps Britain safe. The fairies may fear and hate her, but they also depend on her. And that's the current state of Fairy Britain. Sounds like Morgan's definitely Lostbelt King then. Yep, that seems like a very safe assumption, which means she also have to be the one who used Rongominiad. That spell was so powerful it reached Olympus from here. No one else could be able to cast it. Though of course that unfortunately means that Beryl Gut is involved with Morgan somehow. So I'd say that makes our chance of peaceful negotiation with her basically nil.
I see. Then we have our own reasons for defeating her.
Yep, we might have a hard time getting into Camelot since apparently no one can enter without a permission. That said, even Morgan's reign isn't perfect. In fact, there's new hope going around Britain right now. As luck would have it, we showed up here at the exact right time, just as things are about to change. So what's this new hope? The Child of Prophecy. Specifically, a child whose existence was prophesied by the head of the now extinct Mir clan right before they disappeared. From what I heard, it went something like this. 16 years from now, a savior shall appear. Guided by the staff of selection, the true king shall take the throne. When the 6 bells ring out, the false queen will fall. Alongside Fae and humans, the savior will bring an end to this false history. So, what do you think? Sounds vaguely familiar, right? It's got credibility out the wazoo too, since the Mir clan's prophecies have never once been wrong. The High Queen's been trying to prevent the inevitable by rounding up every fairy who turns 16 this year. But the fact that this Child of Prophecy hunt is still going on proves that she hasn't caught them. Suffice to say, between the Moors and the Child of Prophecy alone, the cracks are showing in the High Queen's reign. So if we play our cards right, we might just be able to negotiate with Morgan after all. That said, finding Mash definitely comes first. For the time being, you should rest up and recover your strength. Then tomorrow we can start gathering information. Quietly and casually, of course, so as not to arouse suspicion. Oh man, it feels like forever since I last laid down on a soft bed. We having a dream? Or just a flashback? The British Lostbelt, High Queen Morgan. Artoria, Oberon. Mash, wherever you are, please be safe. I'm guessing we can't use our command spell to do our, the warp here right now spell that, Shira used on Saber. Okay, I think we can use some rest too. Servants might not need to sleep, but it's still tiring to be constantly watching out for threats, right? I mean, you never took your fingers off your bowstrings even once the entire time. Guess that's why you were a Knight of the Round Table, huh? Just your noticing that suggests I need rest as well. But not just yet. But please, don't refrain from resting on my account, Da Vinci. You may be a servant too, but you're also a being living in the here and now, just like Tanner. So go on, get some sleep. Don't worry, it's my duty to protect you as well as him. Gotcha. I guess I should have expected that kind of consideration from Tristan, the child of sadness and the most handsome Knight of the Round Table. Okay then, I think I'll take you up on that. Honestly, I was pretty beat. By all means. But first, I have one request for you. I don't want to take too much of your time, but before you fall asleep, I was hoping you'd tell me about the 6th singularity. Specifically, I would like to hear about the version of me who was summoned there, and what I was doing in the holy city of Camelot. Oh? Why are you talking about that? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Because we did do that, and then the sequel to that, even after. Okay! Oh my god, so long. Sounds good, guys. We will continue on with this next time. I am loving this story so far. It's amazing. We do like a couple battles in 2 hours, and it's just all reading, and it's the best. I love it. We'll see you next time for some more Let's Play Fate Grand Order. Ciao.